Good.
Yeah.
All right. You know, we have what's it called? We have dwelt more on engulfing candles strictly. And what I was basically saying, it was engulfing candles are more profitable whereby or when they are in the direction of the overall trend. Once they leave there, they go a very long distance. Okay. And there are two ways I normally recommend you to determine the overall direction of the trend. One thing, you don't have to make the chart look so complicated, right? A chart that you cannot look at and tell what is happening is not actually a chart to trade in. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
If you cannot look at the chart and say, okay, well, without drawing anything and tell me that this chart is going up, then that is not an environment to trade. But if you can look at it without plotting any line or graph or whatsoever on it, or box or whatsoever on it, and you can basically tell that this chart is going down, right? Once it is like that, even a day old can make money out of this, right? There's difference between being a guru in terms of chart analysis and at the same time being a guru in making money in this market. These are two different things. There are millions of people out there. Give them any chart, they can break it down, they can analyze it. All right? Are we together? They can analyze the chart. They can tell the potential whatsoever they are expecting and all that. But not everyone is actually making money in the market. Are you aware of that?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There are so many social media influencers. They are good at analysis, but check in, they are not making a dime out of the market. There's a reason. And the reason is the concept of making money in the market is actually lacking. All right? And the concept is as simple as look at the chart, tell me where it's going, let me join the trend, and let it flow me to wherever it is what's going. Are we together?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Look at this VIX25. You remember the last time we met, I said that if I take a trade here, right, I'm going to allow you to keep running till we tap into this zone. Wasn't that what I said the last time? The last time we had the live session, right? Although it swept me out here because I took a trade there, it actually swept me out before continuing this overall direction. Now, I knew that the trend was down. I knew that this was the target here, this liquidity that is residing here. That's where we are going. Okay? If I know that anywhere I take trade in the direction of that particular trend, I am correct in terms of direction. And once you are correct in terms of direction, more often than not, your trade will go in a very long distance. That is, it is a system I've designed that I can use to trade any small account, no matter how small the account is. I can patiently wait for the daily time frame to align with the overall direction. If I take one trade, I'm going to triple that account or double that account. Are we together? Yeah. So if you basically want to flip any account, any Forex account, right? You don't necessarily need to risk too much. What you need to do is to get in line with the overall trend, then allow the trade to do the magic. Are we together? Are we together? Sir. All right. So setting out, you know that more often than not, I have so many people that they are trading small accounts, right? And trading small accounts is not all about gambling or risking everything. It's all about systematically design the overall trend. Join the trend, allow the trade to do the magic. This is a daily time frame, for example. Am I correct? Now, imagine you take a trade from here and you flush it down to this level. No matter how small that account is, it will be times 50 of the original size. Are we together? Yes, sir. No matter how small that account is times 50 of that original account, right? So if you are trading small account, basically what you need is the overall direction of the chart from the higher time frame. Then go to the lower time frame and look for what? Your confirmation. From there, sink the trade down or long the trade up. Then be patient, allow the trade to do the magic. All right. We are coming up with this flipping trading approach. And it's strictly the major reason why that trade alert, trade signal group was created. For those that are actually trading small accounts, bring it there. We have not kickstarted, okay? All what we need to do, we take trade, we hold a trade for 1 week. 1 week, 2 weeks. Let's see the magic. Are we together? Yes, sir. So engulfing candles are profitable whenever they are in the overall direction of the what? Trend. Very, very extremely profitable, because once they leave that particular spot, before they'll return back, it will take like 2-3 months. All right? Are we all
Yes, sir.
together? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
So since 4-hourly time frame is your what? Your higher time frame, then what are you looking for? A trend, right? Without being told, where is this trend going? Right? Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
This trend is basically sinking down right from this particular spot here. It's basic, and you can see a break of structure. Come on. Break of structure, and they all align here, right? And inside the midst of all this break of structure, you have another mini structure within. Okay? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Since the overall chart of this, overall direction of this chart is what? Downtrend. What should we be looking for? It is a bearish engulfing candle. Is that not so? For now, there is no engulfing candle. That's why you have not seen me, you have not seen any of my trade on VIX25. This was where I tried to short it from, right? There's this imbalance here. It come to tap inside, but this is where I took that trade. Then it rally up, sweep me out, and continue in this what direction, which is a normal thing. I saw my confirmation here, took the trade. The trade went 1 to 7. I didn't cut it, and it went back and swept me out before continuing the overall direction. Now we have a break of structure here, all right? There is a break of structure. This structure that just got broken, I would preferably want a pullback before the continuation of that trend. All right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Are we together? Now, where this trade is pulling
Yes,
back
sir.
to, all right, there could be a trade around this zone, but it will not sink low. Do you know why? Why this trade will not sink low? Because there's a liquidity resting above here, and it is expected that this liquidity should be swept into this imbalance here before what? The continuation down. So the highest probable trade is either from this level or from this other imbalance that is above here. You know, we trade the engulfing candle, but at the same time, we trade along with what? Imbalances. You know the nature of the engulfing candle, right?
Yes, sir.
So if it is a bearish trend, you are looking for a bearish engulfing candle. Is that not so? I mean, it is a bullish trend.
Yes,
we're looking for a bullish engulfing candle. It gives you a framework and a direction what to look for before jumping into any form of trade. Take for example, all right? I think jump what is Mr. Rewan there?
Jump 25.
Yeah.
Jump 25.
Jump 10.
Jump 10,
Okay.
right?
10.
Jump 10
Yeah.
index. Let's check. Okay.
This is just print and now, but I don't know. It's not
From-
complete on 15 minutes. 15.
Now, the
But
overall
it's
direction is what?
bearish.
But for the meantime, we have this little retracement here. Okay. Come on. There's this retracement here. Is that also? But this retracement here is coming to some certain level here, which it has tapped already and is already continuing the overall direction. Are we together? Are we there?
Yeah.
Are we there? Are we there? Are we flowing?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If it is downtrend, what should we look for? A sell. He took a sell, right? I don't know wherever he
Yes,
took
sir.
it from or whatsoever. I don't know how he got it, where the position and all that. Which time frame do you use, Mr. Rewa?
From this place where the
Maybe.
Is it this trend here? Is it this position? This point here?
And that place, yeah, from that way.
Okay. That means this trend have potential of sinking down, but there is a but. The but is that daily time frame. I don't know whether I only check it on MT5. Let's check it together. This is where the but. Why? Because the direction is down. But at this point that is looking for a sell, there is a question mark there. The question mark is what? This candle that is standing here. Did this candle sweep the high and the low of the previous candle? Eh? Look at it.
No, yes, yes.
Did you sweep the high and the low of the previous candle? Yes.
Yeah.
So if you sweep the high and the low of the previous candle, then there must be a range here. Must. Because why? The overall trend is down and is giving us a what? A buy what? Signal. So you will stay long on this particular trend, but either you go to take out this high, tap to some certain level here before it drop, or you must wait for this candle to be what? Violated. Then you can now take a trade, some sort of like this. Do you get my explanation?
You know, you see what I can you
right? Do you get my explanation?
Yes.
Are we all together?
You know
please?
why I think
I'm not speaking to one person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are together.
Heavy.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You know why I think they did today? As I see this that is the two candles before this engulfing.
You say what?
The two candles before the bullish engulfing candle there.
These two candles here.
Yes, and that one. As I see,
Okay.
I know they think break of structure from they do the break of structure from there. I
And
think that maybe this thing is coming for reset.
nope.
But the way you print this thing, I think
That's
together, but maybe I will make this daily time frame close.
simple, right? If you fail to break into this candle, if this candle fail to break this candle, a time will come, you no longer trade, what's it called? You no longer trade static in a static way. You'll be dynamic in terms of your operation on the charts. Why? Because you have experienced it over time, over and over again. I'm telling you for 100%, this trade is going to break down. But for now, there's going to be some sort of candle up before this coming down. Do you understand me? So whichever trade you take within this level, it is of a low probability, very low. Why? Because of that engulfing candle you are seeing there. And you can see the rejection already from on top of this candle here. Are we together? Just like that chart you sent me yesterday. I say for that particular candle to leave all that one and create a wick down to that level, it makes that trade of a low probability. So you become dynamic in terms of your approach. Okay, thank you. It's like I found a perfect example to that. Can you see this candle here?
Yeah.
Right? You will call this a breakout structure, is that not so? You will call this a pullback before the continuation, is that not so? But if you take trade on this particular candle that is standing here, it will be a loss. Are you hearing me? Are we all together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If this was the only candle you looked at and you take a trade from here, it's going to be a loss. Why? Because there's an engulfing candle standing here, and the following one that come after is what? Fail to break below, just like what is happening here. The moment you fail to break below, what do you think? The next candle, it should be a bit of, just like what is the same thing. This is the same scenario. It should be a bit of go up before what? This continuing down. So I know that this trend is going to sink down, but there should be some reaction from here up before coming what? Down. Are we all together? I hope we get the explanation right.
Yeah.
Are we together? Do we get it right now?
Yeah.
The trend is down.
Sir.
Most probable trade to take is a sell, right? At a very, what do you call it? Strategic point. Just like this chart that is here, right? The best trade to take here, you can see the imbalance here. Is that not so? So inside of this zone is a perfect place to look for what? A setup on the lower time frame. Fine and good. All right. But this one, we have an opposing force here. So looking for a trade here is questionable. You have to wait because of this engulfing candle that is here. So if you wait for this breakout structure and the candle return back, you do what? You take a sell. Are we together?
Yeah.
So you learn to trade dynamically. Don't be static. You are static in terms of candlestick printing, but you are dynamic in terms of your operation. You know that something is going to go down. Where is it going to go down for? That's where the whole of explanation here comes in. All right. So if this candle should close as, is this a dodgy? No. And this is a dodgy candle. If you close dodgy, then that means tomorrow is going to be what? Bullish. Do you know that? Hello.
Yes.
If this
Yes,
candle,
sir.
if this candle should close the way it is, tomorrow is going to be what? Bullish, and probably take out some of this high before sinking down. On that note, you know what to do by tomorrow. And if you are waiting for that particular trade that you want to hold for a very long time, you must wait. You must wait for this low to be taken. Then if you take a trade here, that if this low is taken and there's a pullback, if this low is taken and there's a pullback, you can take a trade here, targeting what? The next imbalance that is residing here. This is how to swing a trade. And this is highly profitable in terms of when you are operating a what? A small
one
account.
imbalance down there before that one.
All right, this one here.
No, not there. The same, that's the same zone.
No, it's not counted as imbalance
Yeah.
again. It has been filled 50 to 50%. Look at it
Okay.
here.
Then that 50% and all that. Huh? Is it the half of the contract?
Half of the imbalance. The original imbalance was here, right?
Mm.
And this candle come in 50% and what? Continue up. So that's a total fill up. So if you want to map it down, oh, fine and good. All right. But this will be like a lower time frame target. But higher time frame, we are coming down here. Nothing will stop that. So the next 1-2 weeks, jump 10 index will be what? Sinking down. Have you seen how I normally analyze the chart? That if I'm on phone, I only know what I'm looking for, right? Anytime you take 1-2 trade and it's a loss, go back, go on your system. There's something you are doing wrong on phone, because phone will not give you the entire what? Charts. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we trade engulfing candle whenever it's in line with the overall trend. And once it's in line, as long as it leaves that zone, it will not return back. Never. Right? As long as it leaves that zone, just like what you see here. I don't know whether there's an engulfing candle here, right? You can see this candle that is standing here. Can you see it? This candle is in the overall direction of the trend. If you go to the lower time frame, exactly this point, you see an entry here. And once you take that trade, it go a very long way in terms of that what? Chart. That's what I saw on that VIX25. And I said, if I take that trade, I'm going to hold it till it sink down to the last level. Before the thing now do me and throw me inside water and continue in the direction in which the thing want to go. All right. It's part of the whole thing. It is the system. That is what trading. You cannot win everything.
Yeah.
All right. And anytime you see that the overall trend is down and you possibly now come and see a bullish engulfing candle, you know, that is contradicting the trend, right? The trend is down and you are seeing a bullish engulfing candle, just like what we are having here. This trade, even though you take a buy from here, don't hold it for long, because it can always go up and continue what? In the overall direction of the what? Trend. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So your number one work, if you want to hold trade to for any day, any week or whatsoever, am I in line with the overall trend? If you are in line, forget. It will sink down. And if you are not in line, there will be a problem. This is not being in line with the overall trend. This is what? A pullback phase, and what? Expect a continuation, right? If you take a trade here, look at this one will come and stop you out before continuing. But anything that makes you to take a trade from this particular zone, you are in for it, and it's going to what? Sink down. That is being in line with the what? The trend. So open your 4-hourly time frame, your 15-minute time frame, or your 24-hourly time frame, whichever time frame, right, is your higher time frame. Get the overall direction of the trend. Once you are in the overall direction of the trend, that's the first job is settled. The second one is the trend is up. What am I looking for? A bullish engulfing candle. Once I see a bullish engulfing candle and I take that trade, I'll just allow it. That's why you see me, I'll take trades sometime, I'll go and sleep. I know, say no matter what, anyhow, TP go jump. There are trades I'll take, I know for 100% is going to hit TP. Do you understand? Just like
Yes,
that VIX25. If I was involved in that already, it provided another opportunity, but I was not on chart, right? Had I get involved in that overall trend, in that particular trade, I'll still leave it. I'll go and sleep. 100%, my mind will be one place. Why? I'm in line with the what? The trend. So it must go to where I'm sending it to before I begin to see any form of reaction. Are we good? In essence, the trend is your friend. Abi, in essence, the trend is your friend. So if you want to, as you're about to start out, I'm sure you definitely want to do one or two small accounts before you be given or funded or go and sort for a funded account. All right? Are we together? Before you get to that funding of accounts, the small account in your hand, flip it. And you're not flipping it by risking everything. No. There's a way I do flipping. Is strategically mapping out the chart, then go in line with the overall direction. Allow it to just go. Are we together? That's the most profitable way of flipping any particular word account.
With this VIX25, sir.
Yes. VIX25. All right.
With small account, which
lot size.
Lot size.
All right.
Is guidable.
You use 0.5.
Since MP5 is showing it on the
use 0.5.
0.5.
0.50. For now, right? That's depending on how small account and depending on your risk appetite, right? Depending on the account size and depend on the risk appetite. But if you are trying to launch it for the first time, be on the lowest lot size for now, 0.5. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Be on the lowest for now, 0.5. And 0.5 that you're about to start trading, learn to be what? To be in the overall direction of the trend. Do not take this as a break of structure and try to look for a trade in this type of zone. That is not what we trade here. That's not what we trade here. Sir. We don't trade this. It's totally wrong. It is a build-up of liquidity. Some people call it inducement. That's ICT. They induce some people to sell, then take them off before they continue. Be in the overall direction of the trend. Just like as this trend is going now, right? A little retracement that will sweep some of this high here. Then what? We'll continue the overall direction. Do you get me? That's why you see you have not seen me take any trade on VIX25. All what I want is a little pullback, then what? A drop. That little pullback, it gives me more confidence that this liquidity is being taken, then we'll continue. And I told you before that liquidity is the fuel of the market. And what normally stops the fuel is imbalance. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Liquidity is the fuel. Then what normally used to make it to match break is the imbalance on what? On that particular chart. Why? Because our target is always at the immediate imbalance in front of it. That's why this chart has been here. It never moved. It just they talk, right? And probably if it break below, we expect it to come up, then it drop to go and sweep this low. And once this low is taken, we know that we are heading for what? This one here. Why? Because there's another imbalance standing exactly here. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So if you have the direction at hand and you are in line with the overall trend like that, trading becomes much more easier. Much more easier. Right? Much more easier. If you're in direction, if you get the direction right, you can take one loss. Trust me, the next trade you take will be a win, and that win will cover everything you have lost. The past 1 week and all that. Okay? Are we together?
Yeah.
So we trade engulfing candle.
Yes, sir.
For most importantly, in line with the overall direction. And you know, direction is not necessarily mean that it is going down or it is coming up. Direction can be that it is pulling back. All right. Are we together? Once a trade is pulling back and it happens that you are at the beginning of when that pullback wants to happen, you can take a trade along. You can take trade pending when it gets up before continuation. All right. But such trade are not advisable to be held for what? Long. 1 day candle is enough. Now, you have a job to go and work on. You have something to go and work on. What kind of risk appetite do I want? Do I want to be a day trader or a swing trader?